There's a moment in life, in each one of us, where we reach a point where enough is enough. There's a moment where you say, okay, I definitely don't know what I'm doing. It can't get worse than that. And when it comes to relationships, unfortunately, that moment is very, very frequent. There's no manual on relationships. There's no manual on what to do in case something goes wrong. I think this is a sort of personal story. Very often found myself in those situations where I didn't know what to do. My relationships were going bad, and when a relationship is not going the right direction, the first thing you want to do is to blame the other partner. The first thing you feel is that it's not fair. You deserve happiness, you deserve love, you deserve admiration from your partner. This is the reason why indirectly I started the collection of Romeo and Juliet, and I called this collection the Metamorphosis, which means the change the person has to go through to keep the relationship going. I thought that the original story, the Romeo and Juliet story, was perfect for this, because here we are, there's two lovers that really are into each other in a way that only young people are or can be. And this is interesting because they don't know what to do. They don't know how to translate their feelings in actuality. Their fate is adverse. Their families are opposing to their relationship, and that's it. That's the end. Well, I used that story to learn something for myself, and what I learned, I put it into an art collection. I thought, maybe if they knew what had to be done, they could have kept their relationship instead of dying. Because most of the relationships that we go through, they end dying like Romeo and Juliet. And I'm not saying that this is someone that has to be blamed for. I'm just saying maybe that I went through that. Maybe because I left my soul with scars because of that. I want to help others, especially the young generation. I want to help them not going through the same thing again. So I created this collection where Romeo and Juliet, actually, in my collection, in my story, they don't die. They have to get rid of their ego, though. They have to get rid of their egoism that is driving them into the wrong path. the story actually becomes a motivational story, because the partners, Romeo and Juliet, needs to take responsibility of each other. One becomes the other in order to make the relationship survive. This is an extremely important point. We are all born with a sort of inner natural egoism. A toddler wants his food and rest. And then when it grows older, they start to have more attention for the outside world. And so it's a natural combination that at the beginning, especially young people are oriented toward their feelings, their sentiments, how they feel, and what they want from the other partner. And so it's natural to see only your side of the story, to see only your perspective. But then all they need to do is to share that perspective of the other partner. Let's say your partner does something stupid and it happened, it already happened, and you can't do anything about it. Now you have two choices. One is to blame her. Why did you do that? Or the other side, the other way is to become her, and assuming completely her point of view. Which means if you are completely her, it's basically like saying you did it. And so if you did it, how can you blame yourself? If both partners are able to do that, then the magic really happens. And so the collection is the path, is the change that needs to happen on both sides to be able to share their point of view, so one can become the other, and by doing so, to take full accountability of each other's actions and grow together by doing this. See, you can't do that if you're driven by your ego. You can't do that if the only person that counts in the relationship is yourself. So it's a pretty mechanical way to grow. Be your partner. But in order to do so, there's so much work that needs to be done that it can be a journey, a path, a transformation, the metamorphosis. I realized this is such an important aspect of life, such an important thing, because love is something that we all experience in our life. If you never loved, you never went through anything. You never lived. So, such an important thing. And if you experience love, you know that it can be a real struggle. It can be something that can change your life forever if approached the wrong way. This collection is dedicated to the broken soul, to the hurt, to the person that needs comfort, realizing that there's future, the real love does exist, that people can really connect and make something special out of their relationships. I hope this is meaningful for you. And I hope that this can really change your life.